This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so before I start my training, let me introduce myself. My name is Bobby. I have around 13 years of experience. I started my career with Abap. Then I moved to SAP Wi-Fi, Fiori, and Abap OData, Fiori Elements, Abap CDS Fuse, then Abap Restful programming model on BTP as well as on Fiori. I worked on various services, BTP like IoT services, mobility, API service, conversational chatbot, IRPA. Okay, and that is my experience. And coming to the training, from past 7 years I'm giving training on SAP UI5, Fiori, Abap, OData, Fiori Elements, RAP, Abap CDS Fuse, and also services in BTP, Abap services in BTP. Okay, so this is the training which I'm giving, and that's it. Let's start today demo on Abap Restful application programming model on RAP and Fiori Elements, and what is S4 HANA and side-by-side extensions. Okay, the agenda which I'll be talking today demo is SAP evolution from the starting date to till date. What are the evolutions has come in SAP specific to the technology perspective I'm talking about? We'll be discussing ABAP on cloud. Okay, we have a service in BTP. What is that service? It's called ABAP service, and we are going to discuss on that. And then, yes, absolutely, ABAP RESTful programming model on RAP Fiori, that is called RAP, we'll be discussing. And S4 HANA and side-by-side extensions. What is this exactly is? SAP is going to replace the baddies, user exits, okay, enhancements, everything with new concept called in-app extensibility. And that is very, very important. That is the future for the extensions. And what is side-by-side extensions? Is nothing but we're consuming the application from one different source, and we are consuming the OData or data from the different source. So we are extending the developing both sides, different sides. So that is called the side-by-side extensions. And evolution of the ABAP. Yes, what are the evolutions are coming in ABAP? We are going to discuss. And SAP Fiori. Yes, finally, all the applications, why everyone are developing SAP Fiori applications, what is the usage of SAP Fiori we'll be discussing, and the use case demo. Okay, so these are the things which I'll be covering in the today's demo. Okay, so now see here the picture which I'm talking about is not, not talking about the priority index. Okay, I'm not talking which is coming first, which is coming second. No, I'm saying what are the techniques which SAP has introduced to till date. That is what which I'm going to cover. Okay, okay, so yeah, any so just a sec, okay. So these are the techniques which are until till date. What are the techniques which has come that I'm going to cover, discuss in this. Okay. Now let's move to the file exchange. Yes, everyone knows. Okay, we used to exchange the data from the ERP to non-ERP systems. Okay, from the ERP to non-SAP systems, or from ERP to the non-SAP system, how we used to transfer the data. Okay, so we used to do called file exchange. Okay, using the concept called file exchange is one of the oldest technique. We used to send the data to from the SAP to the third party system. Okay, without any complex coding and configurations, using the concept of FTP and SFTP, the file can be transferred from the SAP to any third party system. Yes, that is what we used to do. Then after the arrival of PI, process integration, the extracted file from the SAP is sent first to PI, and then the mapping and conversations happens in the PI, and then it will be dumping into the business partner. Okay, the file format can be JSON format and XML format. So this is how the we used to transfer the data from the SAP system to non-SAP systems. Is it clear? Using the file transfer concept, we are able to transfer it. So that is what which we have started using SFTP, then PI has come into the picture. Okay. Now the next approach is called the RFCs. Yes. Okay. If you want to connect any external system, or if you want to connect to any SAP systems, we always follow the RFC. Another approach is called remote function call. Okay. So we used to set up a interface, set up a connection, communication between the SAP and non-SAP, also between two SAP systems. Okay. It runs on the concept of client and server. Okay. The client seeks a function to perform and makes it call a RFC server. Okay. We call it as BAPs and everything. That is what which we are used to follow the data moving from the SAP to the non-SAP systems. They can non-SAP systems can call directly this RFC function models. Okay. So this another approach we used to follow data from our SAP to the SAP or SAP to non-SAP is called IDOC. Okay, everyone knows it's an old approach which we have a communication transferring the data from the SAP to SAP or SAP to non-SAP systems. Okay, IDOC it provide a file format for exchanging the data between the systems. The format of the file will be consist of structures, fields, positions, lengths, and segments, headers, statuses of this one. So everyone knows about the IDOC. We used to transfer the data between from SAP system to the non-SAP systems or from SAP to the SAP. That is the approach which we used to follow. Okay, so these are the various. I'm just bringing the various techniques which starting date to till date. Okay, what are the various techniques which SAP has followed? We are discussing that one. Okay, next is called the SOAP service. What is stands for SOAP? Simple Object Access Protocol. Okay, so with NetWeaver SAP version 7.0 and NetWeaver, SAP introduced a new technology called web services for communicating and exchanging the data between SAP and SAP non-SAP systems. So we can say that SOAP is a messaging protocol that is supported by version 7.0 onwards with NetWeaver, and it is an internet-based technology, and also it follows HTTP protocol to transfer the data from the SAP to the non-SAP, and it will be in the form of WSDL, that is called Web Service Description Language. Okay, which the exchange of the communication using SOAP is via XML messages. Okay, so we used to transfer the data from the SAP to SAP, non-SAP or SAP to SAP using the SOAP. So this is the one of the technique which we have used to transfer the data called web services. Okay, then the next one is called the S4 HANA. Yes, the big revolution has come in S4 HANA. Okay, so people started moving from the ECC system to the S4 HANA. Okay, it is the fourth version of the ERP business suite provided by SAP, which is based on the HANA in-memory database. Yes, there is an evolution has come in the technology and the concepts in SAP. So that is the reason from after introducing S4 HANA, we are seeing lot of things in technology perspective. There is a big variation day by day. Every day we are seeing new technologies, right? So there is a big revolution has come when SAP has introduced S4 HANA in 2015. Okay, now okay, it may so over the period how matter. Okay, no matter how complex are the business requirements, how large the data is, S4 HANA is capable to deal with every problem. It is available in the cloud as well on premises. This S4 HANA database. Okay, so yes, if you look at in S4 HANA in detail level, okay, there are a lot of things has come in S4 HANA Abap layer. We call it as Abap CDS views, HANA CDS views, okay, open item analytics, Abap management data procedure, that is AMDP, CDS table functions. Now it's coming RAP. Lot of things. The evolution has started in the S4 HANA. Okay, so that is where the evolution started and technology is evolving in the SAP side. Okay, any questions, guys, until now? Anyone have any questions? Is it clear? Okay, so next we move to the OData. Yes, OData stands for the open data protocol as is. Okay, so what exactly it is? A future programming. Okay, and it is a RESTful programming model, and in the context the OData is going to play is all the best practices for building and consuming RESTful APIs. OData facilitates the best practices for building and consuming RESTful APIs. Okay, so OData is open that it consumed by any application, any programming language, software, device, etc. See, like RFC, iDocs, okay, file exchange. Okay, what is this is? There is something, some third-party system will be dumping file exchange, then from the third-party system will take from the dump. Okay, okay. Whereas RFC, they have to install the RFC some software in their third-party system. iDoc, yes, you are going to send your data through a file format in the middleware, and from the middleware it will be getting dumping in there, and again from the dump system, the third party will get it. But when you say OData protocol, the third party itself can, in their code, they can access it. I can open this OData URL data in the Excel sheet also. I can open in the browser. Okay. So any system, any application, any program, any software or any device can easily access the OData without any middleware setup is required. Understood? So that is the advantage of using OData. Any questions, guys? Anyone have any questions until now?
Bobby, this is
Okay.
Praful.
Yeah, yeah. Tell
Hello.
me, Praful. Yeah. Please tell me.
So in like SOAP, we don't need to have the visual and all, right, to understand what is the structure of the communication for both the parties, right? So in
Yes.
OData,
Correct.
how does it work? Is it like predefined structure where it is
Hmm.
created or defined?
Yeah. See, it follows the REST protocol. Okay. So where it has a concept of client and server technology. Okay. Client and the server both are independent. Okay, when you have the follow the guidelines of the REST protocol. Okay, it doesn't matter where you are getting the data or where the server is sending the data, where the client is getting the data. It doesn't matter. That is the advantage of using the OData protocol. Okay, is it I have clear answered your question?
Uh, I mean, like say if a sender is
Mhm.
sending a date format, right? So how the
Mhm.
receiver would know what kind of date format it is, or whether it is date or not, or whether it is another number.
Definitely correct. You will be seeing all the metadata in the URL, right?
Okay. Oh, okay. So it will be in
Okay.
URL. Okay.
Yeah, it will be everything, all the data, metadata, everything you will be seeing in the URL.
Okay.
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 So that
Okay.
based on that, you will be able to understand what are the data types, what are the lengths, and everything you can see.
I see. Got it.
Okay. Yeah. Any more questions, guys?
Bobby, Tarun here.
Yeah. Tell me.
This slide we are talking about the transfer of data between systems. That as
Correct.
an
You are right.
evolution in SAP, right?
Correct. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I got till SOAP because SOAP is a framework for transferring the data from one system to another. Okay.
Correct.
Now S4 is basically a ERP technology, right? So
Correct.
So
Correct.
is that
I
a
got your point.
milestone that you're showing over there, or is there a data transfer technique in S4 HANA?
Okay. See, why I brought S4 HANA, right? This wrap, okay, and the evolutions has been started from S4 HANA, like RAP or CDS or BOPF or APIs. And so that is the reason I was bringing the S4 HANA into the picture. So you'll come to know from the S4 HANA, the evolution, more revolution has been started.
Okay, so it's a milestone. It's a
Yeah, it's a
milestone. So
milestone. Yeah,
yeah,
that is the
so
reason I brought S4 HANA into the picture
okay,
so that everyone will come to know that once S4 HANA started, the evolution of the ABAP has become big. That's the thing I have brought it here.
correct. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah. Any more questions, guys? Okay. So now, yes, after the S4 HANA has come into the picture, yes, we have a concept called CDS and POPF. So what is meant by CDS? Why they brought CDS into the picture? Generally, CDS was there in the HANA CDS, was not in the ABAP layer. So SAP has thought that, hey, why I can't introduce the CDS in the ABAP layer so that it will get benefit to the ABAPers by classical approach of creating tables, views, okay, etc. Instead of that, using CDS views, I can create the tables, views, etc. And also, instead of running the CDS views in the application layer, I will be running the CDS views in the top of the database. So the performance will be good. Number one. Number two, it will get all the features of the SQL, so that a ABAPer will get benefit. So that is the reason SAP has introduced CDS into the picture. Is it anyone have any questions on that point? Okay. So now what is BOPF? Business Business Object Process Framework. Okay. It is a NetWeaver ABAP layer. Okay. So what it does, right? It is going to, you can use this BOPF and you can perform the transactional apps. You can do it. Okay. So this means you have a temporary version of the business object instance is created until it is permanently stored in the persistent layer as an active version. Okay. So that is the reason we are using BOPF to create a transactional apps capable to perform crude operations without any additional UI5 design is required. Is that clear? Any questions related to BOPF?
Can you please little bit elaborate
Okay.
this? I didn't get it.
Okay. See, what is happening, right? The BOPF is you can do some transactional things in the using with the help of the BOPF. So generally, we do what we write a JavaScript code in. Let's take an SAP UI5. We are developing an application. Okay, you will be writing some JavaScript code to do some business logic, right? So to
Mhm.
overcome that, okay, BOPF has come into the picture, and you can create one BOPF and you can link that BOPF to a class. Inside the class method, you will write pure ABAP code, and this will get triggered in the Fiori app.
Okay, so BOPF will be triggered in Fiori apps.
Correct. Actions. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Yeah. So now the next, any questions related to the CDS BOPF? No. So the next concept which they have come up is called the Abap Restful programming model. Okay. I would say RAP. So with the help of with the help of the RAP, okay, I would say that, okay, we are going to develop the using the RAP, we are going to this web APIs and the behavior definition language are comes under the Abap Restful programming model. Okay, when compared to the web APIs, yes, in the future or the current, the RESTful programming model, the concept of web APIs will be adapted in parallel to ABAP, OData, and Fiori, because it is an open source framework for writing the HTTP APIs like SOAP or REST. Okay, so using the HTTP protocol, okay, web APIs can refer to the API on the internet. Okay, so that any technology like Java, .NET, etc., they can easily see. For example, I'm developing a Java application, okay, and you have developed one API using RAP, okay, and you have exposed, and you can directly use this API in the Java programming language, and you can call this API directly and get the data.
So does this web API, so can OData do that thing? Whatever the web
See,
APIs.
yeah, absolutely. This is one. See, that's what I'm saying. Web APIs can build and OData can be consumed by web APIs.
I see.
Okay.
Okay.
So this section I'm talking about web APIs and the behavior definition language is part of the ABAP RESTful application programming model.
Sir, what is different between CAPM and RAP?
Okay. See, those are different technologies. Okay. When you're talking about CAPM, it's a cloud application program. I'm going to start the training on that also. So what does it know? It is a technology to develop the applications using SAP UI5, Node.js, and CDS. Not ABAP CDS. It's a cloud CDS. Okay.
If
In the
uh,
Yeah,
what
I'll just give me 1 minute. I'll just answer your question. You can connect to the CAPM to any database, whether it is a HANA or PostgreSQL or any database, you can connect and get the data using CAPM. Okay. While as RAP, you can connect only to a S4 HANA database. You cannot connect to HANA database. And the technology we are using RAP is ABAP. Whereas the technology using the CAPM, you will decide which technology you want to develop. It's not like that it should be SAP UFI. You can use React. You can use AngularJS. You can use Node.js. You are going to decide which technology you are going to use. I hope that answered your question. I answered your question.
one more question is that
RAP.
if I am not knowing UFI Fiori, can I do
Mhm.
CAPM or not?
That's what I'm saying. It's up to you which technology you want to develop. If you know React, yes, you can go ahead. If you know AngularJS, yes, you can do it.
Okay. No, my
It's up to
question was
you.
if I am
Yeah.
not knowing UFI Fiori, can I go for CAPM or not?
No. Okay. So if you know that's what I'm saying. No, you cannot. You required a UI5, Node.js. I'm talking about again, Node.js is absolutely required, and CDS. That is a combination of the CAPM. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks. So coming to the RAP, we are discussing about RAP, not on the Fiori. If you know Abap, RAP is fine. We can easily learn RAP. Okay. Yeah. So this is the technology which RAP has come into the picture, and next 20 years RAP will be available. Okay. Any questions until now? Okay.
I
So
have one
now,
question. Hello.
yeah, please tell me.
Yeah. So my question is, when we create a CDS view, is it created
Okay.
on the at application layer, application server, or at database server?
Database.
Database server. So
Yes.
so on the top of that, in application server, we have a SQL view, right? Against the CDS view.
I'll tell you what. See, we are developing the CDS view on the top of the
Yes.
database. Okay,
Yeah.
and we are consuming that CDS view in our normal report programming and application layer. Why? What is the advantage? Let's go in SC38. You are developing a report. Okay,
Yeah.
and you will be
Yeah.
writing queries to get the data from the database. When you're
Yeah.
running the queries on the application server, the performance will be low. If you're keeping all your select queries in the CDS, when it executes, it is running on the database. The performance will be good.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah. Any more questions?
Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah. Next, see what happened in the evolution of ABAP. So we are talking about before on the SAP perspective technology. Now, what is happened to the evolution of the ABAP? So if you look at the down, and it went to the top. So what are the things which has evolution has happened? ECC systems has moved to the S4 HANA and S4 HANA cloud. Okay. SAP NetWeaver, okay, has everything moved to the ABAP layer, where all the innovations, everything has come into the ABAP layer. It's a paradigm shift from the normal classical approach to the ABAP layer, and we have HANA database. Okay, so all the innovations are happening in the ABAP layer only. So what is that evolutions? The evolutions are SAP Cloud Platform ABAP in service in BTP and ABAP layer RESTful application programming in BTP. Okay, so this is the evolution has happened, and this wrap is available in on-premises system S4 HANA 1909 onwards, and it is available in S4 HANA Cloud from 1908 onwards. Okay, so all the innovations, developments which SAP is doing in the ABAP application, that is ABAP Restful application programming model, that is called RAP. Any questions, guys? So now, what is it evolution we are talking about? We are talking about the cloud and everything. Why we required cloud? Okay, SAP BTP offers. Okay, what is SAP BTP? It offers a runtime like Java, Node.js, Hana, and now it is ABAP. SAP BTP supports necessary runtime. For example, if you want to write the code related to the C in Notepad, okay, we cannot run, we require C compiler. If you want to run in a Java program, we have to install the Java runtime, so-called JRE. And similarly, if you want to run ABAP program, you require ABAP layer, which can understand your code, compile your code, check for syntax errors, and it executes your that runtime environment is a part of SAP BTP. We call it as SAP Cloud Platform is renamed as SAP BTP. Okay, and this we call as service as a platform as a service. Okay, so SAP RAP ABAP service, which is also available in the BTP, where you will be able to develop the ABAP applications in the BTP, not only in on-premises system. Any questions, guys?
So Bobby, I do have a question here.
Yeah, go
What
ahead.
is the advantages of having the ABAP layer embedded in
BTP,
BTP
BTP.
versus
Got it.
versus
Okay.
having
Mhm.
an OData or something where the ABAP code would be in SAP system and then calling the web API?
Mhm.
I understand that there would be a traffic and then the communication would take time, but in general, when you are having a ABAP layer in the BTP, right, then
Mhm.
how it
Mhm.
would take the data from your S4 HANA?
Okay. Okay, you're talking about the different perspectives. I'll bring everything into picture. Suppose you don't have any SAP system at all
Mm-hmm.
on premises. Okay, but you are have a application which you have to develop. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so now you go to you are the what you can say, you are the person, you go to the SAP. Hey, I have a team of ABAP who has ABAP knowledge. I want to build an independent application in the BTP. Then
Mm-hmm.
SAP will recommend, hey, we have ABAP service. You already have ABAP team. Use this team to develop your enterprise grade applications. Hope I answered your question. Okay,
Yep.
number one. Number two, okay, so in everyone one day has to go to the cloud. Yes or no? All the on-premises system has to the cloud. Okay,
Yeah.
so when you are moving to the S4 HANA cloud, whether in a private or in the public cloud, okay, so what will happen, right? The ABAP is really required, right? So if you start converting all your right now SC38 programming, report programming into ABAP RESTful programming codal RAP, when you are moving to the cloud, cloud automatically supports to the RAP. So there is no again redesign required.
Hmm.
Number two, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Any more questions? No, right? Okay. Okay, so now what are the evolutions of ABAP programming model? Yes, we are discussing that point. Yes, if your SAP system, okay, less than 7.5, as an architect, if you're thinking, if you can convince to the client that, hey, your system is less than 7.5, it's an old classical approach. Okay, and if it is little bit greater than 7.5, we have ABAP programming model on Fiori, where we are having SCGW projects and OData services and CDS views and BOP views there. But from 1909 S4, of course, the slide is not talks about on-premises system. It talks only on the cloud. But latestly from 1909 S4 HANA system onwards, and in the cloud, okay, we have a concept called SAP brought the concept called ABAP RESTful application programming model. Okay, there will be no SCGW, There will be no OData @OData.publish. Everything will be in business service. CDS views, yes, CDS views available in the Abap Restful, and BOPF got deprecated, and we call it as behavior definition and implementation. So this Abap Restful application programming model we can develop from on-premises system 1909 onwards, as well as in the BTP. Any questions? No, right? Okay. So now what is Abap Restful application programming model? Okay, it is consists of concepts, tools, framework, languages, best practices SAP has brought, so that as an ABAPer, he will be very easy, and he can able to develop the enterprise grade applications in an efficient way. Okay, so this all the concepts, everything they brought it. Okay, so what is the usage of that? Yes, we can develop Fiori UIs, Fiori apps. You can develop web APIs. You can also implement greenfield developments and brownfield developments. It is available in on-premises and it is available in the cloud. Any questions on this slide? No, right? Okay.
Bobby, Tarun here.
Yeah, tell me. Yeah,
Just a
tell me.
question on the previous slide.
This one or
The previous one.
this one? Okay. Yeah, tell me.
Okay, so I'm still on ECC, so I work still on ECC. So
Okay.
going forward, should I be aware of the concepts in the ABAP development for Fiori, or can I go directly to the RESTful programming model?
Okay, see, when I say ABAP RESTful programming model, as I said, you can develop web APIs, you can develop Fiori. Both you can develop. Okay, so when you want to have an application, definitely we have to develop Fiori. When you want to develop an API, you will develop web APIs. So this ABAP RESTful application programming model is going to support both. For example, you are developing an application which your company is using it, then you will go with Fiori application. And you want to send the data from your system to the third party system, you will develop APIs.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Any more questions, guys? Okay. So now as we discussed about ABAP RESTful programming model. Okay. So what are the technologies required when we are going to develop the application? What are the technologies is going to require? Okay. Yes, database table. It's a normal our database table. Okay. Then on the top of the database table, we are going to create a CDS view. Okay, then this we will make the CDS view as a root view, and we are going to use the data definition language to develop the CDS view. Number one. Number two, we can restrict or we can do the authorization on the data perspective at the CDS view level using the data access control. It is called data control language. Using that, we can restrict the data. Using the metadata extension, that is called the UI annotations, we will be enhancing the template which SAP is provided with the help of the UI annotations. So we require UI annotations. Okay, and we are going to create a record, delete a record, update the record, or doing some validations or doing some perform actions. Those we will be putting in the behavior definition. So we require a behavior definition language. Then, based on the behavior definitions, the implementation will be created. Your pure ABAP code will be writing for that. So this is the entire related to the ABAP RESTful programming model called RAP. We are going to use all these sections to develop RAP applications. Any questions? All right. Okay. So now, before ABAP RESTful programming model on Fiori, okay, we used to have called ABAP programming model on Fiori. So where we used to create a table using CDS view, used to create an interface view that reads from this table, Okay, interface CDS view. We used to create a consumption CDS view that reads from the interface view. We used to create a metadata extension file that is for UI annotations. We used to consume an SCGW or slash develop maintain service. We'll be able to consume that, and we will be able to develop a Fiori application. And also we can implement draft. Okay, so that is the Abap programming model on Fiori. Next, we call it as Abap Restful programming model. This is how the current. Okay, yes, same concept, which are not green, it's already available in previously, it is brought from there. Which are in green, the steps related to the wrap. Okay, so we are creating a table using CDS view. Okay, or you can even consume the existing data dictionary table from the CDS view also. Okay, then you will create an interface view that reads the data, that interface CDS view that reads the data from this table. You will create a consumption CDS view that reads the data from the interface view which we created. Then you will create a metadata extension files. Then we will make that as a business object. Don't think it is SWO1 that business object. No, it is ABAP RESTful application programming model business object. Okay, we are making that, we're converting that CDS view into the wrap methodology. Okay, and we call it as business object. And we will be based on this one, we will be creating a behavior definitions and implement the behavior definitions, and we will do projections, and we'll create service definition and service bindings. So these are the additional steps we have to do when compared to the Abap programming model on Fiori. Then you can come and say that, hey, why we require additional steps? We are going on advance, but you are telling that we require additional steps. Why? What is the usage? Yes. Let's say why we required extra steps. Let's say you have developed an application OData V2 version, okay, with UI annotations. Now your manager or client says, hey, I want you developed your OData with the Fiori Elements app, but I don't want that now. I want without Fiori Elements app. Now it is not required. You can go back and develop from the scratch. At this service here itself, see all the things you have done, behavior projections. In the last service binding, you will create another step, another service binding with the help of service definition. You will create without Fiori element app. Sorry. You will understand when I'm developing use case. The intention is you not required to develop from the scratch. Last step only you will be able to achieve without going from the scratch. Now you have developed the Fiori element app with this using OData V2. Now your client says, no, V2 is old, please go with V4 version. So that time you can just do a single step and automatically will be V4. Okay, now you have developed the application which has create, update and delete, and client says, no, I don't want delete functionality. With a single step you can just comment it will come. So these are the various advantages are there when you are using this extra steps when related to the wrap methodology, and so on. We have a lot of steps. Yes, any questions, guys?
Bobby Kumar here.
Mm-hmm.
See, in general, no, like right now, I'm working on this ECC version. So in ECC
Okay.
version, if we really want to through ECC version, if we really want to develop a Fiori application, in general, what we have to do is we will create a OData. So OData, then we'll be creating a service. Through the service, the API will be called in Fiori, and all the
Correct.
things data report. This is existing model. But when it is coming to BTP, so BTP obviously, let's assume that I'm going to extract the data through CDS view. So CDS view,
Correct.
like I just heard that BTP is not going to support the Eclipse anymore, correct?
No,
Especially,
not like that. No. Eclipse, we are going to use the Eclipse only to develop the wrap applications in BTP.
uh,
Okay. Okay. So we are going to develop the Fiori applications in the business application studio in BTP. Okay. There is a two things. You are telling developing the SAP UI5 applications is Eclipse got deprecated. Okay, but
Yeah.
developing the ABAP RESTful programming model we'll be doing in Eclipse only, even you're in BTP.
Oh, even we are need BTP still only okay. Abap CDS view will be developed using Eclipse, but no Fiori related stuff will be developed using Application Studio editor, isn't it?
Business application. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So such a case, right? Like then like where this BTP platform come into the picture to connect this all the APIs and other things.
See, you're
Uh,
talking about on-premises system, or you're talking about services in BTP. See, BTP is a
services in BTP.
platform. You have an okay, yeah. So in BTP is providing a services in BTP. API is one of the service. RAP is one
Yeah.
of the service. Business application
Mm-hmm.
studio is one of the service. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
there are IoT is one of the service. Okay, so as I
Okay.
said, it is providing a
Mm-hmm.
service as a platform so that you can use the service and you can work.
Okay, all the
Okay,
services, whatever you listed, the services, all the services can be developed using Eclipse editor, isn't it?
no, 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 it's
Generally,
not
no.
like that.
Generally,
Each
like
service has its own.
IoT, IoT.
No, each service has its unique behavior. Okay, it is not like that
Unique behavior.
every only.
That is true.
Hmm. Okay, let's
Yeah,
take this
go on,
question.
go on.
I'll take your question last. I'll make it
All
real
right, yeah, go
for
on.
you.
Okay, just
Okay,
continue,
I'll make it real for you.
continue,
Yeah,
continue,
yeah.
continue,
Any,
continue.
any questions
Yeah,
related to the wrap?
continue.
No,
Thanks.
right? Any questions related to the wrap? No, right? Okay. So yes, we are going to develop a wrap application now using this paradigm. Okay. Yes, we have a database table. We are going to create it in the BTP, and we are going to create a CDS view in the okay, and we will be consuming this data, and we are going to have a behavior definitions and behavior implementations. Then we will create a service definition and service binding, and this service binding will be consuming in Fiori applications. So this is what which we are going to develop now. Okay, so now let's go. Now the question comes that what is, let's go to the BTP. Okay, that's taking some time to load. Okay, so I will go to the sub account. I don't want to get into too much detail about BTP because we are focusing on the wrap. Anyway, in my training, I'll be discussing about BTP, but not in the demo because we have very less time. Okay, so now you go to here a service marketplace. Okay, and in the service marketplace, you have a is a trial version. There will be limited services. Okay, so these are the various services, and one of the service is called ABAP environment. Okay, so in this service I will be able to develop the ABAP RESTful programming model called RAP applications using this service. And there is one more service called Launchpad service. In non-premises system, you have a Fiori Launchpad. In the same way, SAP is providing a Launchpad service in BTP. There is one more service called mobile services. You can convert your Fiori applications into the mobile apps using this service. There is one more service called Business Application Studio where you can develop the SAP Fiori applications. Okay. There is one more service is called IRPA. Okay. You can automate your services, applications, everything using IRPA. There is one more service called workflow service. In normal ABAP workflow we have, right? It is for in on-premises system. In same way, SAP is providing a workflow service where you can use the service and you can develop workflows. Now each service is different, and we are using this ABAP service which is there, and we are consuming this ABAP service in our Eclipse. and you can develop the application. How? Okay, you see, I added that instance, which is that. Okay, so this ABAP instance I have added in my Eclipse here. This is the one. Okay, you see, to develop the RAP applications. Or is it clear? I think someone asked the question. This is the answer. But it doesn't mean that a launchpad service I will add it Eclipse. No, it's not like that. Every service is at a different environment to develop. Okay. Any questions, guys?
Okay, Bobby, I got this answer. Okay, you connected with this ABAP development environment with Eclipse, that's fine. But in case, in terms of developing a Fiori application, this launch code service will be connected with where?
Okay.
Then,
See,
then
yeah, got your question. I'll come to that also.
yeah, go
Okay.
on.
I'll come to that. Okay. Let's develop application, then we can discuss. Okay. So now this is a package which I have created. So you can just right click on the favorite package and new, and you can create a package. It's a pure ABAP where we create under the package only, we will be able to develop the application, right? So like this, I created a package. Okay. So now let's come back to the PPT. Okay. So now we will be creating a database table. Okay. To create a database table, simple. In the cloud, right click on the package, new, other ABAP repository. Here you just give database table. Select this, click next. So we will not be having in the cloud a BT, this SC11 T code and everything. Okay. So we will be having everything will be creating CDS views in tables, everything with the help of this new approach. Okay. So creating database table. And click next. Okay. Then select the transport request and click finish button. Okay. So what we do, we go to the SC11T code, we give a name, create a, right, and then we will be giving all the field names. But in the cloud, okay, in the or even in on-premises system also you can do the same thing. This is a new approach. It doesn't mean that it is in cloud only. Okay, I'm just pasting this fields required. Able to read. Yes, I'm just going to activate this one. Okay, so once I activated, yes, a table has been created. I can just execute this table. And of course, there is no data. The table has created. Perfect, fine. Now table has created. Now I'm going to create a CDS view that reads the data from this database table. Okay, so now right click on this package, new, other ABAP repository, or data services. Yes, we are going to create CDS view. Yes, so data definition, click next. Okay, now I'm going to put some name. Next. And finish button. Let's not go too much detail. We just think about the high level. Okay. I'm giving a name. Then I'm going to get the data from the table which I've created. Okay. So just understand the high level. Okay. I'm going to get the data from the database table which I've created. Select from. I'm giving the table name. Okay. Then these are called the UI annotations. Okay. Let's come back. Yes, I'll explain that also. Then I'm just activating the CDS view, and also I am giving the keyword called root. I'm converting the CDS view into the business object, into the wrap methodology by giving the keyword root. Then only I will be able to create a behavior definition. That is what I'm doing it. Then I'm giving all the UI annotations to it to enhance the Fiori template which SAP is provided. Okay, that is what I'm giving here. Only I'm doing it. Now I'll be creating a behavior definition. I have given the keyword as root. It is converted the normal CDSU into the wrap methodology. So I will be able to create a behavior definition. Just right click on the CDS view. Okay, and you see you have a behavior definition. Okay, and I'm giving managed use case. There are two types of use case, managed and unmanaged. Let's go with managed only. It's where when you use manage, all the create crude operations will be taken care by framework itself. There's nothing you need to write the code, like creating the record, deleting the record, updating the record will be taken care by framework itself. I'm assigning a transport request and finish it. So now I created a behavior definition. Okay, now yes, this is the behavior definition which I have created. Okay, yeah, so now here I'll be defining whether I want to create a record, whether I want to do delete the record, whether I want to update the record, whether I want to do validation, whether I want to do determinations, whether I want to put buttons, everything you can put it here. Okay, so now I'm not keeping any authorizations here. I'm just commenting it. Okay, I want to create a record, update the record, delete the record. Okay, for this table. Okay, then I'm not creating any implementation because this is a demo. I'm going with very simple example. Okay, so I'm not going for any implementations. So I'm just commenting that. In the implementation class, you will be doing validations and you will write ABAP code and you will be doing determinations. You will be writing ABAP code for any actions. Okay, where you click on the button, the certain code need to be executed and you will put everything in the implementation class. Let's not go into detail. It's a demo. I'll just give simple example. Okay, now I'm activating this one. Come back. Says I created a behavior definition. I'm not going behavior implementations. Now I'll consume this CDS view in this service definition. This is called the actual. Okay, now what I will do, I'll be right clicking on my CDS view. This is a CDS view. Okay, I'm right clicking on CDS view. Okay, then I'm creating service definitions. Next and finish button. So now in the service definition, I'll be telling what I want to expose. Yes, this is my CDS view. That is the reason I'm writing. See, service definition. I'm exposing my CDS view. This is the I'm exposing it. Then I'm going to activate this. Okay, now I'll be creating a service binding. Okay, so expand this business service. Just now it created service definition. Right click on this one and create service binding. Okay, now you will be telling whether I want to create a V2 Fiori app, whether I want to create a web API, whether I want to create a V4 UI, whether I want to create a V4 web API. Okay, so you will be telling now you have developed V2 UI. Okay, now clients say I don't want V2 UI, I want to develop a V4 UI. Then it is very easy. Again, you can right click on the service definition and you can just create a V4 UI. So that is the reason we have extra steps in the wrap methodology. Hope you understood, right? What I'm talking about. Now you created V2. Now again, you not required go from the scratch and you for v4. You can just right click on the service definition and create a service binding with v4 UI. That's it. Any questions? No, I'm finished. So this is going to generate a OData URL for me. Okay. I'm just going to activate it. Okay. Then I'm going to click on publish. So this will be generating a URL to me. See, generally in old approach, okay, we has required a as a what I can say, as a developer, backend developer, we don't have anything to test it. Means we will be testing with the URLs only or data. Okay, but in the latest versions, okay, SAP is providing a five fixed template called list report object page template will be displaying automatically. Okay, so you can test it. So this is the one which is SAP has introduced in the latest versions. That is what which we are going to do now. Okay, it is taking time.
Bobby, sorry, Kumar
Yeah,
here.
please tell me.
Now,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
hopefully, this successful AP will be generated. If I'm not wrong,
yeah.
because
Okay.
it's running processing, so AP will be
Mm,
generated. This
mm.
AP will be consumed in Fiori application, right, in order to
Correct.
change
In
the data and
BAS.
everything.
Yes, in BAS.
That will lab,
In the BAS.
yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, business application studio it will happen, right? So now
Mm,
the how this connectivity will be established from here to Bash, how
mm.
the connectivity
Through
will be
destination
established?
service.
Do we have
Through
to
destination.
through
Through destination
okay
service.
through this? All right, the destination service will be defined
Is a
designed
part
in
of
Eclipse
BTP.
itself,
No, no,
part
no,
of
no, no. It
BTP.
is
All right,
available here. It is here.
uh, all right.
Connectivity. This is the destination service.
Mm,
Okay.
all right. Do we have, like, are we going to have a demo for that as well, or like in a class you'll
No, no,
be
no, no.
teaching
That is
this?
not. That is in my part of my training, not in the demo.
Oh, that is part of your training, isn't it?
Correct.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's taking so much time. That's the problem. So, so finally, we are developing a Fiori application. So it is taking so much time. Don't know why. This is in a trial version, right? We will do it all. Sorry,
No,
it's
please,
taking so
Tarun
much
here.
time. Yeah, tell me, Tarun.
So you are now showing how to get a service populated for a front-end development, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
What are the
Yes.
other things that we can perform as an adapter on BTP with RAP?
We are developing the backend OData service URL. We are developing the APIs. Okay. See, I am not showing in my demo. I am showing. I will be going into tell it in my training.
No, like just to understand, like I know you will
Yeah.
show it in the
Right click.
training.
I'll come to the point. I'll come to
Okay,
the
okay.
point. Right click. Copy this query element URL. Go to the browser. Okay, and I'm pasting it. Okay. Now this is the difference between the old approach and the new approach. Okay. So now you are directly the OData is integrated with your list report object page template. Okay, and you are able to directly open the application. Okay, just wait. See, so it has created, if you look at this one, it is created a Fiori app for you. Okay, now, yes, as of now, there is no record. So I'm clicking on, see how this column names have come, because in the CDS view, okay, you have given the UI line item annotation. Okay, so that is the reason it is displaying it. Okay, now I click on create button. Okay, so I'm entering the sales order number, customer name, sales order. I'm just giving you the amount, currency. It's up to you whether you created or now. I'm clicking on create button. Okay, have you written any code for create? No. Then how it is getting created? Because in the behavior definition, you have just given the create. Okay, now you go to the table and execute this table is created. Okay, now you can edit it because you can update it because you have given update. You can delete the record, click back button. Okay, you can just click on go button. Okay, then you can select this one and you can delete the record because you have given the delete. So as a OData developer, okay, then he can easily test the application. Okay, now have you done anything for this one? Nothing. So this is how we develop the RAP applications and APIs. Okay, so finally what we are developing a Fiori application. So now what is Fiori? Yes, right, we have developed the RAP application. Using the RAP methodology, we developed the Fiori applications. Any questions until now? No, right? Okay. So now what is Fiori? So Fiori, it is a technology. No, SAP Fiori, it is not a technology. Then what it is? It is a platform. No, SAP is not a SAP Fiori is not a platform. Then what it is? It is just a user interface provided by SAP software. It is responsive. What do you mean by responsive is whenever you say it is a Fiori application, it automatically supports to the mobile. It automatically supports to the tablet. It should automatically supports to the desktop. So that is called a Fiori application. So it is responsive. It means it should support all the devices. Okay, so that is the guidelines of the SAP Fiori. It is open. You develop your Fiori application, any technology, doesn't matter, but you should follow the guidelines of SAP Fiori. Then it is called a SAP Fiori application. Okay, see, now I'm opening an iPhone. This is how it looks. It's automatically got responsive. Okay, now I'm trying to open in the Samsung Galaxy. This is how it looks. Now I'm opening in the iPad. This is how it looks. Now I'm opening the tablet. So it is responsive. Automatically it is going to support in all the devices when you say it is a Fiori application. So finally, SAP Fiori, it is not a technology, it is not a platform, it is just a guidelines to develop the user interface. So what are those guidelines? Role-based, responsive, simple, coherent, and delightful. Role-based means designed for you, your needs and your work. Means until the application is assigned to a user ID, you will not able to access the application. This is the guidelines of the Fiori. Responsive, just now we discussed, it supports all the devices automatically. Simple, whenever you are developing a Fiori application, it should not be like a sales order number BA01 and purchase order MB21, too much complex screens, too much tabs, too much fields. When you say Fiori application, you should focus only on the important. It should be very simple. Okay, coherent. See, when creating the sales order number, creating the purchase order number, the screen is completely different. The UI is different. But when you say Fiori application, all the creations should follow the same template so that end user will not get confused. So that is the guidelines of Fiori. So delightful, your Fiori application should be in such a delightful so the end user will have emotional connection to work on it. So if you follow all these guidelines, then it is called a Fiori application. So finally, SAP Fiori, it is not a technology, it is not a platform, it is just a guidelines to develop the applications. Is it clear? So using the RAP methodology, we were able to develop the Fiori applications. Is it clear? Any questions, guys? Anyone have any questions? Sorry, voice is breaking. No, voice. Hello? Okay, can you mute yourself, please? Yeah, okay. If you want, you can chat the questions. No, right? Okay. So now we are developing the Fiori applications, and now all the SAP is converting in every release. It's converting all the GUI transaction to the SAP Fiori. Now, in SAP GUI, to extend the standard transaction codes, we have lot of approaches: baddies, user exits, okay, and we have enhancements, etc. That is old approach. Now we have to extend the Fiori apps. So SAP is coming up a concept called S4 HANA extension. That is called the in-app extensibility. Okay, you can extend the Fiori apps, you can extend the database tables, you can extend the CDS views, you can extend the KPIs. Okay, everything you can do using S4 HANA in-app and extensibility. So with the help of S4 HANA in-app extensions, you will be able to extend the standard Fiori app very easily with the help of the custom fields and logic Fiori app and customs business object. Baddies got replaced with the custom business logic. Okay, and using custom fields, we will be able to add the new fields in the Fiori application. And creating database tables and everything, with them will come up new approach called custom business object. And using UI adaptation and runtime concept, you will be able to hide the fields or add the new fields or change the table columns, everything using the UI adaptation runtime mode. Okay, so all the new features they have, we call it as S4 HANA in-app extensions. Any questions, guys? So see, the intention is SAP is slowly converting this old approach and coming into the new approach, so that in the BTP, in the cloud, we will not be having this all the enhancements, user exit. There is no GUI only, right? There is no GUI, everything Fiori apps. So this coming up the new approaches called in-app extensions to extend it. Any questions, guys?
Bobby, this S4 HANA extension, it's really good, like all nice features. But if I really want to, see this all HANA extension, like how where will be implemented? It will be implemented in Fiori itself, or like is there any
Correct.
specific place where we?
No, Fiori Launchpad, we have each app has a tile, okay, where you can go ahead
Okay.
and implement it.
Mm-hmm.
That is custom fields is
All
one
right.
of the app. Custom business object is one of the Fiori app. Custom business logic is one
Mm-hmm.
of the Fiori app. And UI adaptation runtime is you go to Fiori app, you will convert that Fiori
Mm-hmm.
app into the adaptation mode, and you can hide the fields and do everything. That I'll show in part of my training.
All right. All right. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah. Any more questions?
So, Bobby, this is Praful. So, are you going to cover the Fiori, normal Fiori, custom Fiori app development?
Yes, using CDS views in this training. See, there are two trainings I'm giving. One is related to the Abap CDS views. We are going to develop with the help of CDS views. We are going to develop the list report object page Fiori app, analytical list page Fiori app, and overview page Fiori app templates. Okay, There is another training which is related to the SAP UI5. There we will be using HTML5, CSS, JavaScript, SAP UI5 to develop Fiori apps. In this training, we are going to use template-based development Fiori apps. We are going to develop.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, what is called side-by-side extensions? Yes. These side-by-side extensions is not stick to one scenario. It can be anything. Okay. Now you see, this is your S4 HANA on-premises system. Okay. And you are creating custom fields and custom business objects. Okay. And you are converting that into OData, and you are consuming this OData service into the BTP with the help of side-by-side extensions. So you're developing custom UI. See, you have a UI left and you have a right on-premises system. Both are different systems, and you are extending this side-by-side. So this is one of the scenario of called side-by-side extensions. Now I have developed a RAP API. Okay. Now I have developed API. We have an API hub, right? I can consume. Okay. Yes, I'm going to cover Fiori in my training. Okay. Where, okay. So I'm able to consume an external API into the RAP. And this is called the side-by-side extensions. So you have an API different, and you are a RAP different, and you are consuming a different API into your RAP, and you are developing Fiori applications. So that is another scenario of side-by-side extensions. Is it clear? Any questions related to side-by-side extensions?
Yeah,
Bobby,
could you just repeat this? I didn't get the concept of extension.
Okay. See, you have a Fiori application in the BTP. Okay.
Yeah, like what we created right
Okay.
now.
Yeah. And you have an API which is developed by third-party system.
Okay.
Okay. Now that third-party API, they want to extend it. They will extend from their side. You are from the cloud, you have an API. You will be able to develop it, Fiori application. So you are developing from your side, and he is developing from his side. This is called the side-by-side extensions. And is it clear? He can
So
extend it API, and you can develop your Fiori application, and you are consuming that API into your business application. So you are consuming that API and developing the Fiori app. That is one scenario. Is it clear? Side-by-side extensions. This
okay,
side
it's
you
the
are extending your app.
same app being extended by both the client and us.
No. See, you have an API which is developed by third-party system.
Okay.
Okay, and you are consuming that API in your Fiori application.
Fine. Okay, we are consuming it. Okay, got it.
Okay, got it. No, now clear. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Any
that,
more
and that
questions?
yeah, and that third party API or that system could be any system. It doesn't need to be
Correct.
SAP.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay, fine, got it.
Yeah. Any more questions? Okay, I think that's it, guys. Hope you now this is all related to the demo. Now I'll be opening the what are the topics which I'll be giving my training. Okay, so we'll discuss on that point. Okay, so you guys are able to see the topics. Okay, first I'll be starting with Abap CDS use. Okay, introduction of CDS views, syntax rules, basic expressions, operations, built-in functions, what are the associations and joins, how to use parameters. Okay, cardinalities in Abap CDS views. Okay, how to use associations. Then we will be discussing about virtual data model concept in Abap CDS views. Okay, then we will be moving to the developing the overview page Fiori app, developing the analytical list page Fiori app, developing the list report object page Fiori app, and developing the KPIs using Abap series views with view annotations. We'll be developing our Fiori applications using Business Application Studio as well as SAP Web ID. Okay, then we will move to the concept of Fiori. What is SAP Fiori? What are design principles? What is catalog, tiles, groups, target mappings? How to activate the standard Fiori app? How to deploy the custom app? And how to display as a tile in the Fiori launchpad? How to create KPIs? Everything will be covering in Fiori. Then we will be going to the extensions of the standard Fiori app. Okay, how to extend the standard Fiori app like manage billing document or different customer standard Fiori app which SAP is providing, how to extend that will be covering. Then we will move to the SAP BTP. There we will be developing the using the Abap service. Okay, we are going to develop SAP Abap Restful application programming model in the using the BTP account trial account. We are going to develop the list report object page, Fiori apps, manage, unmanaged, how to create database tables, service definition, service bindings. Okay, how to add UI annotations, how to what is EML in the wrap we have a EML concept, manipulation language, how to implement the crude operations, how to do error handling, how to what is the components of ETAG, Lockmaster, how to troubleshoot the Fiori apps, how to disable and enable actions, how to implement the draft handling, what is service definition, service bindings, what is custom entity in the wrap, okay, how to develop a transaction list Fiori app using parent and child relationship, how to implement the unmanaged is there managed. Unmanaged means you need to write the code for creating, updating, deleting, how to do develop unmanaged uses. Not only in the BTP, we are going to develop using on-premises system and how to implement BAP in RAP, BAPs in RAP we are going to use, how to hide tabs dynamically we are going to use in the Fiori app. Okay, how to do multiple select records, how to implement the actions we are going to see, how to consume an side-by-side extensions, how to consume an external API in the wrap using side-by-side extensions, how to upload attachments in wrap. So we will be developing, and also we are going to use a launchpad service. Okay, we are going to use a launchpad service in BTP and how to deploy it and how to display as a tile. Okay, using Fiori application we are going to use. So this is what launchpad said. Okay, so we are going to develop all this. This is part of my training. Any questions, guys? Any questions?
Bobby, I have one
Yeah,
question. Yeah,
yeah,
so
tell
my
me.
question is, how can we, I mean, how can we develop these objects in our system? I mean, do we have access?
Okay, you're talking about server access, right? That is your question,
Yes, yes, yes,
right?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
There is an external vendor who is providing a server access. Okay, so he provides this 1909 S4 HANA system is providing, and we can connect
Okay,
that S4 HANA on-premises system through cloud connector. We can connect to BTP.
okay, okay.
Okay, yeah. Any more questions, guys? So I am starting a new batch from coming Wednesday onwards. Means that is sorry, coming Tuesday onwards. So that is exactly from the January 10th onwards. So those who are interested, please WhatsApp me to my number. I'll be sending the mail of this recording video. Okay. So WhatsApp me the number. Okay, and also can
This
send a
conference will now be
email
recorded.
to me. Email to me. So coming to my training, every day, whatever the topics which I will be covering in my training, I'll be uploading in the drive where you can programs, PPTs, which I've explained on the day, I'll be uploading where you can download it. Okay. Once the class is completed, I'll be uploading the recording video of the class after 1 or 2 hours. Okay. It will be available. You will be able to access that recording video with view access for 1 year. And every Friday, I'll be giving exercises based on the topic which I covered on the week. Okay. So there, whatever the things which I'm explaining during training, what are the projects which I have worked in my real time, those only I'm putting into that. Most of the things will be that only. Okay.
Bobby, sorry, this is not related to the training. In your present company, the company is already implemented this BTP.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So this is part of my training and the batch which I'm starting. Okay. I have completed around 50 batches until now. Around 2000 people, more than 2000 I have given training. Okay. From past 7 years I'm giving training.